from a creator's perspective. Like for every artist that I put out, I got a record that I made. For everybody that I help with a clothing line, I got my own clothing line. You got a fashion show, I got a fashion show. You got a book, I got a book. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I would tend to like a Kevin Hart. I think Kev just be mad because I be cutting him up. I just heat him up. So I'm just funnier than him when we together. You know what I'm saying? So he be mad. I mean, comedians get really mad when you. I mean, how you mad and you the most offensive nigga in the whole world?
It's just the crazy thing about it, right? I mean, we looking at this Cat Williams situation with Shannon Sharp, and all the things that Cat said about Kevin and him being an industry plan and all that. Being that you were the first person to put a camera in front of Kevin and give him a break with Paper Soldiers.
Kev be on some sucker shit. One day Herb called me and was like, Herb Gotti,
Yeah.
and he was like, yo, I was like, yo, tell, because he said he was with him or whatever. I said, tell him to post my shit for the movie. And he was like, man, Kevin ain't fucking with you, man. I said, why? And he was like, I guess you caught him in the Barney's with Uggs and teased him in front of his girl. I'm like, he's mad about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can show it to you.
I'll say it.
You ain't see it? You want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it.
So you got my phone? Where's my phone?
Can we put this on screen? Can we?
I'll cut
Can we
to
project
it.
it?
I always cut it. I
Exhibit A.
cut to it. But what happened was he had caught Cameron and he teased Cameron like some shit. Like so Cameron called me like, yo, I came around. I mean, I ran into Kevin. He said some slick shit that was kind of funny. I'm like, what?
Oh, so you like being the big brother? You're like, okay,
Just
when I
like
see him,
that.
I'ma cook.
So I said, he knows you with me. I said, I got him next time I see him. And yo, it just so happened, the next week, I hadn't seen Kevin in a while.
Right.
I'm walking through Barney's with my daughter. I got a dog I don't usually have out, Cookie.
Mm.
And he's in tight leotards with Uggs on. And I'm like, yo, you got on Uggs? And I'm like, yo, Cam, don't ever let this, like, I'm gonna show it to you. You bring me my phone, I'm gonna show it to you.
Did you record this? You recorded this?
I posted it up. But it's jokes and shit.
Yeah, right.
Like I went to a Jay-Z concert with my daughter.
Recently.
Not recently.
Yeah.
She was 15, so she's 20, about 10 years ago.
Right.
And everyone was shocked to see me, but again, to me, like that, the relationship I had with him was like, I would be like, yo, if I needed some tickets or some shit, I'd say he always gave me carte blanche, gentleman.
Right.
So he made sure I was there. I walked through, I'm there with my daughter and all that shit. And Emery started passing me some of that drink they got, and that shit got me too drunk.
Duce?
Duce, I think he spiked that shit. I got way too drunk.
Right.
This nigga Kev had me in a chicken wing and all that shit. I got it all on tape. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, I know Kev. We like,
Right.
he's like my little brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I guess he was mad over it.
The Uggs?
But I do have the Uggs, and I think because his
What
girl
color-
was there.
What color were
I'm gonna. They were all black with
Did
the
they have on
with
like
the fuzzies.
Were they matching? They both
I'm
had
gonna
Uggs
show
on?
you. Nah, the girl was look.
Oh, she didn't have Uggs on.
I was like, why? And then his breath was crazy. So I'm like, yo, your breath stinks. and I'm like, ask your girl, right? I'm like, ask your girl right now to smell your breath. Like, if you don't, I'm not even snapping. This shit is crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, don't ever let your breath smell like this ever. Like, not even when you wake up. It shouldn't smell like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to
Right.
smoke. So, yeah, so I don't know, Kev, why you mad? Just post my shit up, my nigga. What's up?
Yeah, that's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? That's all. But yeah, I'm like, for some reason, everyone always finds some little bitch ass reason not to want to look out for things that don't cost $1. They just won't post my shit. So either way, Kanye will not post my shit. I don't know why. That's my nigga, that's my brother, but he will never post my shit. You ever seen him post my shit?
No.
I've asked. Like, don't think the conversation. All right, boom. Tiffany Haddish was in my spot in Burbank, right? And we she's the coolest to me. She will post. I love Tiffany Haddish. I don't care what nobody said.
Right.
Yeah. And we done made music, wrote scripts, and she was in the spot, and I'm like, call Kev. So she FaceTimes Kev, and we talking. I'm like, yo, why you won't post my shit? He's like, yo, I'm not gonna post you with basketball shorts doing rock and roll. So I'm like, nigga, you watching me and you won't post it?
Cat Williams situations happen, and I was like, yo, I just knew then, right? Like I just knew that, okay, maybe 2024 will be like a big year for exposed content on these podcasts, you know what I mean? Long form content is the most craziest shit ever, because in an era where TikTok is taking over, one would have assumed that nobody would want to consume like 3 hour content, right? 2 hour content. In one hand, TikTok is like destroying our concentration span. In the other hand, you are not even listening to me. You're not. You're not, right? You've already clocked out. I get it. I get it. But for you guys who are still listening to me right now, it's quite an oxymoron, if I may, you know, add, because there's a whole movement of long form content that's growing, right? Club Shay Shay, Joe Biden podcast, every other podcast, right? All the podcasts. Dudes drop 3 hours listening to just people talk for 3 hours, right? I don't know. Maybe podcasts make you feel like you're hanging around with your friends. Maybe that could be it. Uh, then again, you have TikTok that is like frying our minds, right? And I'm guilty of that too. Sometimes I just find myself on TikTok and I'm just like, oh, right, simple jokes, cool. People get to the point, straightforward punchline after punchline after punchline. You know what I mean? So whenever somebody gives you like a recommendation of a movie or series, it has to woo me. You know what I mean? Like Vince Staples dropped like the Vince Staples show, and I've watched like 4 episodes, but I watch an episode per day. You know what I mean? Like I watch one episode. I can't watch two. I can't. I could have finished that. What is it? 6 episodes. I could have finished that shit long time ago, but I'm on episode 4. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, because it's almost like I lose interest real quick, and it's not because the show sucks or anything. Like, no, the show is amazing, right? But it's just, you know what I mean? I still have the last episode of Succession to watch. You get me? Like, why aren't I watching the last episode of Succession? I don't understand. And I say all of this, I know I'm taking my time, and I say all of this to say, it seems like now this year is gonna be a bunch of creators and black, to be exact, going to these podcasts and complaining about people that they don't like, or complaining about situations that they just didn't make them feel good or appreciate it. Crying on shows. Benzino, I'm talking to you. Crying on shows, complaining about your co-workers, complaining about your peers and all of that. I can already call it. I'm calling it. I'm like, okay, this year's gonna be that, So guys, prepare yourself. I'm gonna make this clip once. Like I said, this clip, I'm gonna make it once. From now on, this is the clip I'm using, because what are we doing, right? I cannot then come back and say the same thing every time, I cannot come back and say, oh no, this again. Oh, another person, you know what I mean? Like, oh, another person on a podcast complaining. Another person on the podcast complaining. This is gonna happen. Every celebrity is probably gonna go on the podcast and complain. They get drunk, right? Eat hot wings, just. From now on, I'm gonna need people to start actually drinking protein shakes at these podcasts. I don't know. People need to keep their minds sober. Drink protein shakes. You know what I mean? Keep these podcasts at 30 minutes. Or I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Sell these mics for 100,000. Podcast equipment should be expensive. That's all I'm saying. We're getting more content. Like, it's overwhelming at this point, right? As a news channel, I'm just sitting there like, what do I even report on? You know what I mean? And I gotta report on it. You need a team, man. You need a team. Shit, this is a whole job. God damn it. Anyway, what you guys gotta say about this situation? Do you feel like, especially grown ass men, like, I get it, right? Like, kids, no new sellers, I get it, man. But when you're a grown ass man, dog, talking, complaining, crying on like. What do they want from us? Somebody let me know. Honestly, if somebody let me know. This shit gotta stop, bro. I'm tired. Like, I am tired. God damn it, somebody stop this. Would somebody please stop this? Subscribe to the channel, man. I love y'all. I'm out.